children become what they see,
Yeah.
right? And so they have to see women who are breaking barriers, who are like knowing that there is no glass on that ceiling,
Yeah.
that the sky really is the limit. They need
Yeah.
to be able to see that,
Yeah.
right? And then when we think about Black culture, right?
Mm.
As much as they want to rip our culture out of schools, out of colleges, out of spaces and places to show us that you weren't here, we have to remind our own
them.
community
Yes.
that we are powerful,
Yes.
that we were here, that we made a
Yes.
difference, that we left our mark on the world.
Yes.
And so it's so important for you to tell your story.
It is so important. And another article that I was mentioning was...
Look at her, y'all. Y'all see she's dropping a receipt. She said, I got another one. Hold on. It was another article that I was in. Hold on.
Because this one was so profound for me, too. It was a U.S.-Mexico Foundation.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, you know? And it basically was like, you know, first Black woman to solely own a tequila brand. She journeyed to Jalisco, Mexico on her own. But it's unity. You know, to me, that article was like unity. We're acknowledging that this, like, I went into their culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
respect their culture.
Yeah.
I respect it. I love it. There's so much beauty in their culture. I respect it. I'm not taking away like I'm not Mexican and, you know, Hispanic, and, you know, that's what they do over there. That's what they love. They pride themselves on their agave. The agave plant is actually protected by UNESCO. So it's a protected plant. And they protect their plants. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So for me to be acknowledged by this foundation saying, you know, the things that I did as a Black woman, to come over to another culture and learn, not just slap my name on a bottle and not just give the distillery money to produce a liquid, but I learned. You have the footage and seeing me learning and staying over there. And that's one of the hardest things I've ever done, was to, you know, cultivate a agave piña, to humidor an agave piña. It's hard work. I have so much respect for the humidors and the tequila master, because it is one of the hardest things to do. So it matters to me that we as Black women are showing the next generation what is so possible.
Yeah.
So possible. Do not let anyone try to remove you out of the history books. One marketing agent told me it takes someone up to 7 times to see something and to remember it. Well, we have to work as Black people, as Black women, 7 times harder. We have to always work harder to be successful and to show them. I made history in 21, but I still have to show people, hey, I still exist. Hey, this tequila is still on the market. Hey, you survived. I survived the pandemic, where a lot of liquor companies tanked.
For sure. Absolutely. I mean, this story is so powerful. It is so moving. It is, but it's also very enlightening, because I think oftentimes we look at brands and we just say, oh, they just slapped their name on it. It was like a white label situation. And you're giving us the intel and the insight to know that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Yeah.
You put boots on the ground, literally.
Yeah.
This is what we talking about. We talk about boots on the ground, y'all. This is what we mean, not them damn fans, okay? We talking about go put some boots on the ground and change your life.
Yes.
Put boots on the ground and change the trajectory of your family.
Absolutely.
You can make history when you really put boots on the ground.
You can make history and change the trajectory of your family.
Yeah, for sure.
That was very significant and very important to show my daughter, like, we've been on our own for a very long time, but to lead by example.
Yeah.
I had to lead by example. I had to show her, like, we made it. Like, we made it. Like, I went to school and got 1 college degree, 2 college degrees, 3 college degrees, just because I was trying to overly prove myself in the federal government that I'm worthy of getting these higher positions.
Wow.
I am worthy, but that was what they were saying. Like, oh, you don't have a degree. Oh, you don't have a degree.
Yeah.
So I literally been in school all my daughter's life, you know, going to school part-time and via audio cassette, videos, weekend. I mean, everywhere you can say I took a class, you know? So it was always to show her what is possible. Yes, I'm a single mom, which her dad was still very active in her life, but she lived with me. I was a single mom. But we went through a lot. living on our own since I graduated from high school and working full time in the federal government, having a vehicle, everything. Things was just, it was a little rough. Um, she sent me a video yesterday, and this song came out in '98. My daughter was born in '97. CC Winans. It was a CC Winans song. All right, and I'm Brandy, when I tell you I am not a crier, I am not a crier.
You
But
keep
this
saying
week,
that, but we didn't already say it. We didn't clock 2 times. You didn't cry. You keep saying I'm not a crier, and we clocking the tears.
I am that girl where I'm like, no, I am in a male dominated industry. You are not gonna get that part of me. But I played that song on the way taking her to daycare every morning.
Mm.
And for her at 28 years old to remember that, like it was embedded in her. I played that song, all right, CC Winans, every morning. And I'm like, this girl was really listening. So she was,
Yeah.
as a baby,
Yeah.
she was paying attention. It resonated in her soul. It resonated in her spirit.
Yeah.
Everything that her mom is doing is resonating in her. That meant a lot because it's
Yeah.
like you never know when these kids are paying attention, but they are paying attention.
Yeah.
So they're watching how we move and why we're moving and the ultimate goal. And they didn't just get this. She didn't just get this. Like, I don't give my daughter anything. I don't give my staff anything. I make them work. My assistant, I tell her, she'll say, Miss Tiff, well, how do you do it? I said, you figure it out and let me know. She said, well, Miss Tiff, I'm asking you. She said, Miss Tiff, this is not when you were 15 years old in the federal government anymore. I said, it is.
Yeah.
I said, you'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
And now she can talk about my business like I can talk about my business
Yeah.
because I just wouldn't give it to her.
Yeah.
I made her research. I made her do all the things
Yeah.
because, like I tell my staff too, I said, we are a Black, woman-owned, minority-owned, LGBT-friendly company. We have no room for error. I said, I'm hard on y'all. I said, because every publication that we're in, everything that we do, they will find one thing wrong and they will tear us to shreds. And I will not allow y'all to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm hard on y'all because we have very little room for error.
Yeah, absolutely. Very little room for error. As we begin to close out, one word you're committed to in this season of your life.
Wow. There are so many words. Gratification. And because that doesn't always look like things. Gratification is not always awards, and it's not always words of encouragement and accolades. My gratification is my peace and the things that I know that I have done, and I can smile about it. And I have to be I have to have gratification because I know it was all God. And I was on an angel's wing in a prayer all my life. I can't take accountability for any of that. My gratification came from what God did for me. So I am grateful. I have gratification for all the big wins, the small wins, everything. Gratification is important to me.
Amen. You have been such a pleasure to sit down with. I am so honored. I am so proud to know you, to share space with you. Your perseverance, your grit, your determination is one for the books. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bought and Powers Talks, another good one for the books. Be sure to send this to someone who could up that level of gratification in their lives in this season. Until next time, I'm your girl, Brandy Harvey. Eat well. Give a damn. Move your body every single day. Peace. If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vaught and Powers Talks.